Rejoice is a word one only hears in worship services, in biblical passages, in readings and prayers, in hymns and in Christmas carols. To rejoice is to feel or show joy and great delight, to experience happiness, to be glad, and I might add, grateful. I think rejoicing on a regular basis is good for the spirit because it helps us recognize and feel the blessings, gifts, and wonders all around us. I just discovered that today, January 8th, is National Joy Germ Day and has been since the 80s. There is a woman named Joan White of Syracuse, New York, who founded this day on her mother Nora's birthday. Apparently, Joan had seen a newspaper story about a California couple who offered to worry for others for a fee. Well, Joy Germ Joan didn't like that, and inspired by her late mother's example of love and care for others, she started a campaign out of her modest home to encourage others to spread cheer and happiness, to smile, hug, be positive, kind, and optimistic, and hopefully that joy would spread like germs and infect others. There are 180,000 card-carrying members of Joy Germs Limited, and there are even scientific studies that validate the infectious quality of joy. On YouTube, you will even see an image of a joy germ, a virus with a smiley face, and some fun videos of a man dressed as an exuberant joy mascot, and he's wearing a smiley face t-shirt and blazer, and he's got fun joy glasses and wild hair, because I guess smiley faces and wild hair bring joy. So you can post that to your social media feeds today, all his little videos. In a letter, Joan wrote, "You smile, laugh, grin, and dance lightly through life, taking the sadness and sorrowful things and hurts that happen into your being while balancing them with the positive, good things that life offers. Life itself, blue skies, dancing daffodils, whippoorwills, whiffs of fresh bread baking in the oven, a welcome hug, offerings of peace and prayer, all the natural highs." A religious Roman Catholic herself, in an interview, Joan said that for her, the movement became a ministry. "The last time I was with you in December, I lit the third candle in the Advent wreath for joy, and the reading said that the joy candle represents not just any simple cheer, but the experience of joy that cannot be contained. Advent asks us to proclaim our gladness as a gift to the world, even when sorrow and uncertainty abound. May we share our hearts through our words, our music, and the way we live our lives. Let the fullness of our joy lead to more freedom." The joy that we can carry deep within and spread to others is not carefree, but grounded in the true and real experiences of life. Here in this spiritual setting, we have the opportunity to dip into deeper wells of meaning and gratitude, to experience joy and to rejoice, filling our wells with what we need to go back to the people in our lives and out into the world and spread the kindness, the love, the joy that is only ours to spread. And when we experience an act of kindness or something that makes us smile or makes us happy, it is more likely that we will want to pass on these good contagions, pay it forward. In this time of deadly fear and the deadly reality of germs, viruses, and contagions, this way of thinking may be a welcome bit of reframe. However, when I keep pondering all of this further, it makes me sad and a little disheartened, because we know that reminders to be kind and campaigns to spread joy germs in the first place are necessary, because there is a need for such reminders and such encouragement. There is a sad lack, a scarcity, not enough kindness, positivity, smiles, joy, rejoicing, and enjoyment of life. There are great needs to be met. Over the past few weeks, as the holiday season turned into the New Year's season, I started noticing something that began to upset and frustrate me. I started noticing that most New Year's wishes and blessings we extend to others, and the wishes, dreams, goals, intentions, resolutions, and visions that we set for ourselves have a component of lack, of discontent, dissatisfaction, and great need, a component of more and less. Here is an example from a travel journalist, Yulia Denishuk. She writes, "What I wish for in 2023, more love, less fear, more dance, less sorrow, more shining, less hiding, more laughing, less worrying, more hugs, less solitude, more wisdom, less haste, more joy, less pain, more dreaming, less toiling, more hellos, less goodbyes, more gifts, less loss, more heart, less mind, more kindness to the self, less ruthlessness, more love, more love, more love. There can never be too much love." And from the esteemed writer and psychoanalyst, Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, in her annual New Year letter, "May all be stronger where needed, softer where wiser, more flexible when necessary, more stalwart, more understanding, more merciful, more powerful with and for, more self-observant, more forbearing, more tender, more fierce, more aware." Yes, all well and good wishes, but when we get bombarded with these kinds of messages to always be striving for more of something and less of something else, I wonder if it is maybe exhausting, that maybe the bar is always set to be unachievable, to keep us always in a place of never enough, not enough ever. I'm sure you all have your own specific examples of the somethings more and the somethings less that you are longing for, wanting, and working towards for yourselves, your loved ones, and the world at large. More time, fun, peace, money, stability, opportunity, challenge, more life fully lived, less stress, anxiety, conflict, illness. And because we are a people of faith concerned with the welfare of others, more justice, equity, compassion, acceptance, peace, unity, freedom, less hatred, violence, oppression, discrimination, division, less threat to democracy. Less probability of the coming apocalypse might be nice. And I wonder what this does to our bodies, minds, souls, and spirits when we are always stretching this way and that, trying to attain, trying to achieve, always wishing, always wanting, always working towards a place, a goal, a destination out there, something beyond here, anywhere but here. We can see it sometimes far off on the horizon, but do we ever get there? Maybe never being in the place of enough, never being content, always searching, seeking, reaching, yearning, aiming for more or less of fill in the blank X, Y, Z. It is so interesting to me how never being in the place of enough is both a positive, motivating, life-giving force that gives us ambition and drive, the push we need towards fill in the blank, XYZ, whatever it is. And it's also a negative, maybe even cruel, life-depleting energy suck that does not lead to wholeness, to inner and outer peace and joy. A dream, a vision, a goal, a direction that pushes and pulls us toward our best self, our highest nature, and towards a good future for all is a good thing. But I also sense a harmful undercurrent of something that just does not feel quite right and good and beneficial for the soul. How can we rejoice, be glad, enjoy life when we are in this push and pull of seeking our something mores and our something lesses? When it feels like there is an uber critical, stern school teacher wagging a finger at us saying, do this, don't do that, do this, do that, and there is absolutely no pleasing them. And what does it even feel like to be in the place of enough? When we experience enough, our own needs are met and we have the capacity to give. We know that we are operating within our ability, within our limits, and that we haven't taken on more than we can possibly handle. We can establish appropriate boundaries and hard stops. And we know when to move on from certain situations and people. Enough can be a beautiful place to be, because not enough haunts us, leaves us with guilt, regret, shame, self-hatred, and hatred towards others. When we believe at our very core we are not enough, not good enough, we are haunted. When we think we didn't do enough and we failed or didn't accomplish what we wanted, we are haunted. When we think we didn't do enough to help someone or save a relationship or even save a life, we are haunted. When we think we didn't express enough love or concern or do the right thing, we are haunted. When we think we did way more than enough and have never been acknowledged for our efforts, we are haunted. But mostly we are haunted by need, by those who really, truly do not have what they need for basic human survival and security and thriving because of cruelty, crisis, and threat, the horrors of the world. We are haunted by suffering, by those in need of healing, by those just in need of some humanity, by those who need more love, more love, more love. And a quote, a famous quote from Judy Garland. And wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all be a little more gentle with each other, a little more loving, and have a little more empathy? And maybe next year at this time, we'd like each other a little more. We are on a never-ending quest for more, for less, for enough. Whatever that quest looks like for you personally and for all of us collectively. Maybe your quest is to impact and influence others. Maybe your quest is to save the world. Maybe your quest is to be a joy germ. And maybe it's just to live a simple and content life, doing exactly what you love. And wouldn't it be nice to get to the place of, that's enough? What a miracle that would be. We all have longings in our hearts. We all have a call on our life. We all have dreams. We are being pushed and pulled towards our longings, our callings, our dreams, our fates and destinies by forces we know not. Enjoy the journey. Rejoice. Choose joy when and where you can. If I was a fairy godmother and had a magic wand, and in fact I do, one of my sacred objects given to me, I would wave my magic wand and grant you all enough. The treasure at the end of your quest. May it be so.